Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Deja Vu, and welcome to what will be my first cast of an individual Star League. This is going to be from the MSL Round of 32, Day 1, Group B, the Group of Dragons. This is going to be Jangbi versus Bisu. It's going to be, here we've got Bisu in the top left in white. Jangbi's going to be in the bottom right in some color, can't tell yet. And this is going to be awesome. This is going to be the Group of Dragons. Jangbi and Bisu in the first game, Free and Cal in the second game. And then the winner's game will be on Carthage between who knows, either of these players could come out. This should be an absolutely phenomenal game. I'm really interested to see who comes out of this. It looks like Jangbi's going to be in orange here in the bottom right. And yeah, these guys are great. They have a history. They recently played actually in the Pro League. I can tell you who won because I don't know if you've seen it yet. But yeah, they did have a recent game in the Pro League like just the day before this was played. So they are certainly familiar with each other right now. And Jangbi, I've got to say, even though his PvP record is only something like 51, 52%, something like that, he's got a reason for it, and that's because 12 of his last 15 games have come against PvP games, have come against Dragons. So that is not bad to still be over 50%. I think he's won something like 8 of those games against Dragons, so he's doing pretty darn good. And it looks like both players are just going to be playing standard here. No one's going to go for any cheese here on Neo Medusa. But looking at Bisu, Bisu is just he's a beast, you know. He's Bisu. He has no weaknesses. He's good at cheese. He's good at macro games. He's good at micro fights. He's good at whatever you want to throw at him. Bisu can deal with spectacularly, and that is why he is so good. He just has no weaknesses in his game, and he had that recent game against Jadong where he took down the best Zerg player in the world. So yeah, he's got to be flying high right now. He's really in tip-top shape, so I'm expecting big things out of Bisu. Jangbi is a really good player, though, and he should be very careful not to underestimate Jangbi and how good he really can be. We have definitely seen some great play out of Jangbi, especially in individual Star Leagues. He has been a silver medalist a couple of times so far in his career, so we know that he can certainly work his way through the early rounds and get to those last stages of the game. And it looks like the polls are actually giving Bisu an 80 to 20% lead. Wow, that's a big gap there. I thought that would at least be a little bit closer. Yeah, both players already threw down assimilators and cores now. Just gonna see some standard games. Neither player getting a scout out. They are at cross positions. They both went to the top right first, and now they're gonna go in for the scout. But it looks like Jangbi yeah, it looks like Jangbi actually making a mistake here, going from the top right to the bottom left, so his scout will be considerably later than Bisu. If Bisu is able to get perhaps a zealot or something onto that ramp, he might be able to stop Jangbi from getting a scout in altogether, which would be a huge advantage for him. It looks like Jangbi's going to try and stop Bisu's scout here. He's got a zealot and a probe there. He's just pulled the probe back, and the zealot is staying there. And since he's got a zealot, you can actually hold position with the zealot, and that might actually be able to stop that probe. And yeah, Bisu is not going to be able to get a probe on that ramp. Jangbi's going to be able to do whatever tech choice he wants. And actually, you know, Bisu's going to be able to make any tech choice he wants as well, because Jangbi's scout is going to be there so late that Bisu should be able to get a zealot on that ramp, probably already does, and be able to stop the scout. And so both players are going to have to be kind of careful with their tech choices here. Both players are researching Dragoon range, so we will see whether either player decides to play risky perhaps and go for the traditional Dragoon Reaver build without being able to scout your opponent and making yourself quite vulnerable to a DT rush, or if they will play it safe and go with more of a 2-gate observer build, which prepares you for DTs, lets you get your expansion up a little bit faster, and it's just an altogether safer play. And I don't know what those things were. Those might have been a gateway and something else. They've got this thing on the bottom, so I can't even see what they were clicking on. That's unfortunate. A Dragoon out for both players, and Bisu using his Dragoon to usher away Jangbi's probe. And it looks like Jangbi did the same to Bisu's, and I cannot tell what those buildings are for Bisu. At least one of those is a gateway. Probably, maybe both of those are gateways. Okay, that might be 4 gateways. Yeah, that is 4 gateways from Bisu. He is going all in right now. 4 gateways for Bisu. He's going to go 4 gateways, Dragoons, and just try and push Jangbi down right off the bat. Going to use the fact that he has that advantage since it wasn't a scatter out. And Jangbi, are you going to go for a next? Oh no! Oh my lord! This could be build order win for Bisu. Jangbi just threw down a Nexus at his natural expansion, and he has no idea that this 4-gate goon build is coming. This could be so bad for Jangbi. Jangbi's going to be hard-pressed to defend this. He's still only got 1 gateway, and he just threw up an expansion. This could be absolutely atrocious for him. He is absolutely not going to have the troops necessary to fight off Bisu. This is going to require some great micro by him to somehow fend this off. I would be very, very impressed if Jangbi finds a way out of this set with a fast expand versus a 4 gateway rush by Bisu. This is, ooh, wow. We'll see what Jangbi's got to try and defend against this, but Bisu right now, when he actually does go for this attack, once he gets another round of Dragoons or so, he will be in such a huge advantage military-wise that I don't know how Jangbi's going to be able to counter it. And Jangbi actually throwing down some extra gateways here himself, so Bisu really needs to push sometime in the next 30 seconds or so, I would say, and try and take advantage before Jangbi's able to get those gateways up and get another round of Dragoons. And if Jangbi is able to get a round of Dragoons, and you never know, because he will have the shorter resupply route, he might actually be able to hold it off. And it does look like Bisu's moving across the middle of the map right now with a lot of Dragoons, and Jangbi sees it. He knows that there is at least 2 or 3 extra gateways put down for Bisu at this point. Looking at the number of troops, Jangbi knows that there's a lot of gateways up for Bisu at this point, and that he's going to have to play a little bit defensively.